guys, Casey here again. Today I'll give you a glimpse into my past and show you why my feelings toward my birth mom and stepmom are the way they are. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My parents got divorced when I was just 5, and I've always lived with my stepmom, Polly, and my dad in a huge mansion. Since Polly was a successful fashion designer, she had an elegant taste, and my mom, well, let's just say she has a flair for the dramatic. Once when I was 6, I was at the school talent show, and Polly was putting some final touches onto my costume.
You look fantastic! Oh, this is gonna be so much fun!
Oh, thanks, I hope so. I love our teamwork. Just then, Mom burst in, wearing a ridiculous raccoon dress with a cumbersome tail that kept getting in her way and knocking over objects.
Oh, hi there! Your outfit is noticeable.
Oh yes, I know I'm going to sing opera, but I'm afraid people might faint because they might not be able to handle how amazing my voice is. The judges won't be able to resist my stunning outfit.
Ugh, it's not a competition, Mom. But Mom just walked off onto the stage and started singing. She was an opera singer before her marriage, and she did have an incredible voice. But only after 5 seconds of performing, she made a ridiculous dance move and fell to the floor. Polly rushed over to help Mom.
Oh dear, that's really unfortunate, but it could happen to anyone. Here, let me help you fix that.
Oh, you think this can be fixed? If this happened to you, you'd be crying like a baby. Get your hands off me, you stupid woman!
Everyone in the crowd was laughing at Mom, and I felt humiliated, and the incident really affected me because just 2 days later, I ended up picking a fight with some kids and landed in the principal's office.
Casey, I'm really disappointed about the fight today, which is why I've called your mom and stepmom to discuss this.
That's it? So kids fight all the time. Why are we wasting our time here?
He's the principal. Let him talk.
We take any form of aggression very seriously in this school. Can you tell us what happened, Casey?
I got angry at a few kids for making fun of my mom, so I hid their lunches.
Otta Girl serves them right for mocking me in my gorgeous outfit, in fact. Let me teach them a lesson.
With that, Mom left the office and went running to the cafeteria and started screaming.
You think my costume is funny? Have you seen the way you guys dress up? I should be laughing at you because your sense of fashion is a joke.
The kids stared in shock, and some of them even started crying.
You'd be so lucky if you got to wear outfits as magnificent as mine. If I hear you've mocked me again, I'll make sure you're only allowed to wear polka dot socks for the rest of the year.
Well, that's one way to handle it.
The principal called security, who took Mom out while Polly apologized on her behalf. Honestly, I was getting tired of Mom's behavior. She was crazy and embarrassing. I even started making excuses to visit her less often. I loved hanging out with Polly because she was so much more intelligent and sophisticated. Once in 7th grade, I was supposed to visit Mom, but I lied that I was busy working on a school project. Polly and Dad had to go somewhere and they couldn't find a babysitter. I knew Polly would never invite Mom to stay with me, so I had the place to myself and I loved it. But an hour after they left, I got hungry and decided to cook something. While I was taking tomatoes out of the fridge, I slipped, fell, and passed out.
What kind of circus are you running here? You were supposed to be watching her. Unbelievable.
We didn't know she'd be cooking while we were out. It was an accident. Let's focus on Casey's well-being now.
Huh. You two couldn't take care of a cactus, let alone a child. I'm gonna tell everyone about this.
Casey is doing fine. The burn is major though. Her arms and legs are really hurt and she'll need some weeks to recover.
Great! Can we see her now?
Of course.
Not you. You've done enough, you dumb witch.
Mom burst into my room, threw herself on my bed, and started crying like a hyena. That entire week as I recovered, Mom constantly fought with Polly until Dad decided it was better for Polly not to visit me at all. But that was nothing compared to the half day I discovered my mother had filed for custody. And worse, she'd won it. Suddenly, I had to live with Mom instead of Dad and Polly, and it was really tough on all of us, especially me, because now I had to deal with her constant craziness. So, when they invited me over to dinner one day, I was over the moon. It was their anniversary, and I wanted to look my best, but my scars were still fresh. So even though it was pretty hot, I chose a long-sleeved outfit. Just as I was ready to leave, Mom walked into my room.
You're wearing that in this heat? You must be boiling.
I feel fine in it, don't worry.
Fine, suit yourself, but don't blame me if you're uncomfortable all night.
Feeling fairly confident, I arrived at Dad's place, and Polly immediately pulled me into a hug, and she didn't comment on my outfit even once. I won't lie. It was uncomfortable to wear full sleeves, and even kids at school gave me crazy looks for dressing up like that, but some of them were nice. I even made some new friends, but there was no one I was really close to. I think God heard me whining because one day after school, I walked into Mom's apartment to find a boy on the couch playing with some toys. Mom, who's this?
Oh, right. I forgot to tell you this is your half-brother Ethan. His dad had custody, but he's been really sick lately. He's asked me to take care of Ethan for a while.
My what?
You're my sister! I'm so happy to see you!
He hugged me, but I just stood there dumbfounded. I had a half-brother and Mom kept it for me all this time. Mom, how could not tell me about this before? Does Dad know? Mom, I'm talking to you. Get off your freaking phone.
Oh my God. Do I have to tell you everything? You know now. Anyway, I'm tired. You two get to know each other.
After the initial shock subsided, I realized it wasn't Ethan's fault that Mom had kept him a secret from me. Having him around actually brought some unexpected joy into our home. One day, Ethan and I were in the living room playing a game. All right, let's see your best chicken moves. He got up and started doing the most awkward, hilarious. We were having a great time, and then Mom walked in.
What is all that noise?
Just a little chicken action. Mom, wanna join?
Mom was hesitant for a moment, then decided to give it a try. She started flapping her arms and attempted a few clumsy dance moves, but suddenly she lost her balance and fell, hitting her head on the coffee table. Mom, are you okay? We rushed to help her up, and after a visit to the doctor, it turned out she had a mild concussion and needed to rest for a week. Ethan and I spent the week bonding over board games, movies, and even more silly dance sessions.
Living with Dad was kind of tough. He's always busy, and I've had to move schools a lot.
That sounds hard, Ethan.
Yeah, but I've always admired you. I wished I could be part of your life. Dad once told me about you, actually, and I made a secret account on Instagram and started following you.
I wish I'd known about you earlier, but I'm so glad you're here now. From then, our bond grew stronger, and it really felt like we were becoming a family. That is, till one day, Mom decided we needed family bonding time, so she planned a trip to the beach. Despite the heat, I was wearing long pants and a light jacket. I could feel stares from other people at the beach, but I didn't care. My scars were my business and no one else's. But when Dad and Polly showed up, Mom lost it.
Heck! Who invited you? What are you doing here?
I did. They're part of my life too, and I want them here.
This is unbelievable. You always find a way to ruin everything.
No, Mom. You're the one who's always causing drama. For once, can't we all just enjoy a day at the beach? Despite my best efforts, Mom refused and continued to throw a tantrum. Eventually, Dad, Polly, and Ethan and I decided to leave her on the beach and enjoy the day on her own. A few hours later, when Ethan and I got home, we found the apartment turned into a weird tribute to Mom's opera career. Everything was covered with her performance, posters, reviews, costumes, and props, and Mom was sitting there in another ridiculous outfit. Why was she always so attention-seeking?
You're back. I hope you had a great day at the beach with your little family.
What's all this, Mom?
It's a reminder of who I am, who the real star of this family is. You think you can just live your life without recognizing my greatness? Think again.
Just then, I caught Ethan's eye and we both burst out laughing at the absurdity at the scene. But Mom wasn't the least bit amused. She started singing and wouldn't stop for hours, and finally Ethan called Dad to come and take us, and we both left with him. We stayed at Dad's for a few weeks, and Mom tried contacting me several times, but I never responded. I was done with her craziness. As months went by, life seemed to get back to normal with Polly and Dad, and I was happy. And one day, I received a mysterious Instagram message from an account with no profile picture asking me to meet them. The person was claiming to be some long-lost sibling of mine. I thought it was a prank, but the person kept sending messages and begging for a chance to talk. So after talking it over with Polly and Dad, I decided to give it a shot. What did I have to lose, right? I arranged to meet the anonymous person at the cafe, and even Polly and Ethan came along. We were nervous but curious. When I finally saw who it was, my mind went blank. It was a girl, and she looked so much like me and Ethan.
Hi, I'm Alex. I know this sounds crazy, but I think we're siblings.
You too? How are we just hearing about you?
Our mom didn't want me to have any contact with you. I've been living with my dad and stepmom, and I only recently did some digging and found out about you guys. I've been looking for you two for a while now.
My dad told me too that it's Mom who didn't want me to know about you, Casey.
You know what, guys? We're going to talk to her right now. Come with me. With that, we took off for her mom's place to confront her. When we got there, she was shocked to see all her kids in one place, and then she started crying like a banshee. I tried to make her calm and sat her down. Mom, just tell us why.
You already know why, Casey. I clearly have some issues and can't take care of 3 children. I'm getting therapy, I swear. And it's not even the first time. I just didn't want my kids growing up with some weird, embarrassing psycho mom, and I knew they had nice families. Ethan lived with his dad and Alex too. I wasn't around, but I always knew how my kids were doing.
But you clearly chose to raise Casey and be a part of her life. She had a better life knowing who her real mom is.
Oh, honey, what better life? She's the miserable one dealing with a crazy mom like me. She's my oldest, and it was hard to be away from her. But with you two, I had more courage and more people to support my decision. What I did is unforgivable, and I hope you understand me.
We were all speechless, and Ethan was crying. Alex looked like she would burst into tears any moment too, but Mom looked worse. You should have just told us, Mom. It would have been nice to know my siblings.
I'm so sorry, but I'll try to make it up to you all. Speaking of which, I found a really good skin doctor, Casey, and he said he can fix your arms and legs so you can finally wear some decent clothes. Polly can help you.
We all burst into laughter while still in tears. That was Mom for us. We decided to put everything behind us and give Mom a chance. It was a hard decision, but with our parents' love and support, we had hope for a better future. Set boundaries with those who harm you. Trust in a real chosen family. Insist on honesty over secrecy. Take control of your life, and forgive while still protecting yourself.
Hi, my name is Charlotte. Please like and subscribe. I was born in Bordeaux, a beautiful city in France. When I was 8 years old, we moved to the USA because my dad got a great job there. The city we moved to was huge, filled with skyscrapers, shops, and opportunities, for so I was told. However, it didn't take long for things to start going downhill. When I began attending school there, my parents enrolled me in a private school for international students.
Hi everyone, my name is Charlotte, I'm 8 years old and I come from France. I brought some madeleines that my mom made for everyone today.
Hi, Charlotte. I'm Laura from Italy. Do you want to hang out later today?
Laura and I became very close. We would often take the same bus home, do our homework together, and even attend drawing classes together. Even though Laura didn't speak any French, being with her reminded me a lot of home. I was shy and liked to keep things to myself, while Laura was fun and a bit wild, someone my mom wouldn't think was classy. Mom really didn't like Laura. She kept trying to make me hang out with kids from rich families that I didn't like, but I ended up making friends with 2 girls just so Mom would stop nagging me. One evening, I forgot to tell Mom I invited Laura over for dinner. Mom was really mean to Laura when she came.
Charlotte mentioned your mom is a saleswoman. Do you guys even eat dinner every night, or is it too expensive at least?
Why would you say something like that?
Hey, it's okay, Uncle. No, we don't always have big dinners, but what we do have is each other. What's the point of a fancy dinner if the family isn't close?
What do you mean by that?
Oh, nothing. Did I upset you? I thought your family was okay.
I think you should go.
Mom! Why?
She's not going anywhere.
She leaves now, or you'll be sorry.
Awkward silence fell, which Laura broke.
Don't worry, I'll go. Seems like I just got my answer about the kind of family this is.
Leave now!
And with that, Laura left. I was really upset with Mom, but she didn't seem to care. Laura told me not to let it bother me.
You already have it tough with a mom like that. I won't make it worse by leaving you alone.
I love you for being here.
One gloomy day in the 6th grade. Everything changed when my parents started to struggle financially after my dad lost his job and they had to move me to a public school.
We can't just pull her out of school. She's doing so well. What would I even say to my friends if they asked? I want her to succeed here in the USA, to make something of herself, and make me proud.
Dad slammed his hand angrily on the table and glared at Mom.
At least think clearly for once. You're not seeing the big picture. As usual, you don't seem to get that I've lost my job and we're drowning in bills. The only sensible move is to switch her to public school.
Yes, Mom was a bit of a difficult person. She was obsessed with maintaining a perfect image. Being perceived as poor was a disaster for her. Her mom was also a strict lady, obsessed with etiquette and rules. She was against my mom's marriage, although my dad was well off. But Mom stood firm and married Dad, so her parents cut her off. Now us not having much money would make my grandma right, and that made my mom even madder. She made us move to a different city so she could lie and tell her friends that Dad had received a job opportunity far away. I screamed and cried for days. I didn't want to leave our city or be away from Laura. But as usual, Mom ignored my protests. I was heartbroken.
Dad, I hate her.
Hate is a strong word. You know how your mom is. She wants things her way. Life hasn't ended, though. You'll make new friends. And about Laura, you can still talk to her on the phone, and I'll help you see her once in a while.
Thank you, Dad. You're too kind to be with someone like her, but I guess life isn't fair.
Saying goodbye to Laura was incredibly hard. And to make things worse, after we moved, I realized I forgot the notebook with Laura's number in it. It was utterly heartbroken. Even though we didn't have a lot of money, Mom kept having big parties at fancy places for her friends. We were getting more and more into debt, even though Dad asked her many times to stop the parties. One day, she even gave her friend a really expensive ring for her birthday. Dad got really upset when the bank called him.
Listen, woman, I can't take this anymore. This is your last chance, If you don't stop, we might have to split up.
And I'll want to stay with Dad.
With that, Mom left. She was gone for a couple of days. Although Dad and I were worried, we didn't try to reach her. It was time for her to act like the adult she supposedly was. When she returned, she walked into the house and started doing laundry as if nothing had happened. From that day on, she stopped seeing her friends so much and didn't waste our money anymore. I was relieved she finally came to her senses, but I could see a change in her. Her eyes had lost. Well, things at the public school weren't perfect either. At first it was okay, but things changed quickly. When I started junior year of high school, I noticed my body changing rapidly, even spotting some freckles on my face. It wasn't just my appearance that was changing. My social life was too suddenly always started looking at me differently. Girls were going out with boys and there seemed to be more parties.
Hey Charlotte, how about grabbing some ice cream after school? Just the two of us?
Just us? Alone?
Yeah, just us. Why were you planning on turning it into a group event?
Well, I thought maybe we could invite Jessica too.
Look, I wasn't making a guest list. You know what? Forget it. I got to go. And hey Charlotte, or should I call you the lost little raccoon? Just because you're from France doesn't mean you're anything special here. If anything, it just shows you can't take a joke and always dampen the mood.
Before I could respond, he pressed his gum into my hair as he walked away. It was not just embarrassing, it felt like a sharp hug at my dignity. I came back home that day, wanting to tell Mom about it. She was cooking in the kitchen when I walked in.
Hi, Mom. I had a weird day at school today.
I really don't have time for your stories right now. You know, we've been living in the USA for quite a while, and you still call a lot of things weird.
I felt so angry I started crying. Our relationship wasn't that great to begin with, but now it felt ruined. If a girl doesn't find confidence in her mother, then the relationship feels distant, and each day I was growing further away from my mom. I headed to my room to put away my books when I spotted a sketchbook on my desk. It was from the drawing classes with Laura, and it had her number inside. Turns out it saved it here as well. I was ecstatic. I quickly and quietly went to the living room, wrapped my mom's phone, and dialed Laura's mom's number.
Hello, Elise! What do you want?
Hi, it's actually Charlotte here. Laura's friend from school. Do you remember me? Can I talk to Laura?
Oh, Charlotte. Yes, I remember you. One moment. Laura, your friend Charlotte is on the phone.
Wow, I've been trying to find you, but I couldn't. How are you?
Hey Laura, I'm not on social media much. I really miss talking to you. We should hang out soon. I'd love to, but my family is going to Europe this Friday.
Europe? That's so cool. I wish I could go too. You're so lucky.
Why don't you come with us? My grandparents' house is big and you can stay in the guest room.
I'd love to, but my mom would never say yes.
We don't have to tell her everything. Just say you're going on a school project abroad. She loves to brag about this stuff now.
Laura, that's smart. It's going to be so fun. We can eat lots of good food, see new places, and maybe even paint. I'd love to paint in a quiet spot away from all the noise, especially away from Mom.
In fact, I found out that the city Laura and I were visiting was hosting a big art competition during our stay, and I signed up for it. On Friday, my mother drove me to the airport with a big smile on her face. I got out of the car and walked to the airport gate when I saw Laura. She looked great and ran up to me.
Charlotte for going to Europe! It's going to be so fun!
I'm so excited. I entered a drawing contest over there too. The prize is also about $500,000. Can you come and cheer for me? It feels like a dream.
Sure! But you have to draw me and make my eyebrows look good.
I enjoyed spending time with Laura, but sometimes things felt off. It seemed like she would suddenly stop talking to her mom when I showed up, as if they were hiding something from me. One night after we had dinner, she said something strange.
You know, I was actually happy when your family started having money problems.
What? Why would you say that?
Well, your mom was a witch, and seeing her getting humiliated was so satisfying.
First of all, becoming poor has nothing to do with humiliation. Second, Mom becoming poor also means me becoming poor. I thought your love for me was bigger than your hate for her.
Oh, come on now! She's awful! Okay, let's change the subject. Want to eat some ice cream?
I suddenly don't feel like it. I think I'm calling it a night.
And with that, I stormed off. The competition day was getting close. It was going to last 2 days. The first for live painting in front of an audience, and the second for a closing ceremony where judges would announce the winners.
Do you think the judges will be fair?
I'm sure they will be. Are you excited to cheer me on?
Of course. Will you cheer for me too?
What do you mean?
I'm entering the competition too. You knew that, right?
What? No!
You think I've lost my touch? I've been taking drawing classes for the past year. I see this as a great chance.
But Laura, you never mentioned this.
I didn't think I needed to report my plans to you. Anyway, I think it's better we focus on our own preparations for the next few days, so we probably shouldn't hang out too much.
I was stunned. What happened to my best friend? I almost regretted coming on this trip. The only thing keeping me here was the upcoming competition. I was determined to win and get the prize. The first day of the competition arrived. We were led onto the stage, each competitor equipped with a set of pencils, colors, and a blank canvas. Laura leaned over with a mischievous grin and whispered,
"May, the best girl."
I was too stressed to respond and just focused on getting onto the stage. That's when I saw it. The event was being broadcast live on TV. My heart sunk. I thought,
oh no, my mom will see this. She'll ground me for life.
Not only did I lie to her, but I'm also here with Laura, someone she can't stand. And now Laura, she turned out to be so different from what I thought. This is a nightmare. I wish I could just vanish. But I took a deep breath, pushed down my fear, and began to paint with all my heart, pouring every emotion onto the canvas. While sitting comfortably at home, my mom saw my face on the TV screen and yelled,
Pierre, our daughter, isn't on a school project. She's on TV with Laura. This is nonsense. She won't get away with this. We're flying to Europe.
My parents caught the next flight and arrived on the second day of the competition. Mom tried calling me the whole time, but I was too caught up with the competition and the drama with Laura to answer. On the final day, as I stood on stage with Laura and the other competitors, they started announcing the winners. Laura got second place and I was on the verge of tears until they announced Charlotte is the winner. Overjoyed, I walked towards the microphone to give a speech, only to see my mom storm into the hall. I was shocked and embarrassed, yelling in front of everyone. She demanded,
"How could you? Lie to me, Charlotte. You know there will be consequences. And with Laura, of all people."
Oh, me? Of all people? Remember when you burned the book that Charlotte wrote my number in? You called and insulted me and my mom, who even threatened me, a child, to stay away from Charlotte. Do you want me to say what? You did too.
Shut it!
Don't you dare speak to my daughter like that. Laura, what exactly did my mom do to you?
Let it go! Didn't you just win? Take your prize and leave with your parents.
Your mom threatened Laura's mom with her connections in immigration, saying she'd get her deported.
What kind of sick person hates a kid like this? What has she ever done to you? You need help. I'm taking the prize money and I'm leaving with Dad. You should consider getting help. I'll even pay for your therapy.
I traveled all this way for you to side with her. What lies has she told you?
Enough! Let's go, Charlotte.
Laura, what my mom did was wrong, but targeting me wasn't fair. Still, I'm here if you want to start over.
Then I went to receive my medal and prize, hugged my dad, and we left.
Hi, I'm Miriam from London. Please like and subscribe. I lived with my parents and my grandma on my dad's side. Grandma was a millionaire, so we lived in a mansion with a pool and even a tennis court. But Grandma was also the meanest lady on the planet, except to me. When Mom made dinner, everything tasted wrong.
I've never eaten rice this overcooked. I might as well eat bleach for dinner.
But one time, I made Grandma a mustard sandwich and she was blown away.
Look at you, already cooking at 10 years old. My granddaughter is the smartest girl on the planet.
Grandma also showered me with expensive gifts constantly. One time, I helped Dad clean the floors, and Grandma bought me a TV for my room.
Look at you doing your chores. This is what you get for being an angel, darling.
Grandma scolded Mom and Dad for not spoiling me the way she did.
Miriam had a fever yesterday. You two cheapskates couldn't hire a singer or a boy band to entertain her.
Even though she was a jerk to everyone around her, I loved being Grandma's little gem. Whenever my parents got mad at me, I had my grandma to hide behind.
What is this? D on your biology test? Miriam.
Grandma, Mom's yelling at me.
How dare you put that kind of pressure on Mariama? Sweetie, you don't have to study if you don't want to.
My parents really wanted me to become a doctor. When I grew up, they would get me all sorts of medical toys. But all I was ever interested in was paints, clays, and brushes. I often imagined myself as a famous painter and pretended to take a veil off a painting I made. Everyone would tell me I was the next Picasso, and I'd say, "Oh, you're all too kind." One day in 9th grade, I decided to sign up for a painting class, but my dumb parents said I had to take chemistry.
It's time you start taking school seriously, young lady.
We've had enough of your art nonsense.
That was it. I opened my mouth and started to scream. Mom and Dad covered their ears.
What is the matter with you? Are you a toddler?
I think I lost my hearing.
Grandma, they're being so mean to want to take biology. I want to paint.
You two should be ashamed of yourselves. Miriam is obviously an art prodigy and should be painting as much as she wants.
We'll compromise then. You will take biology class, but we'll hire a tutor to give you private art lessons.
Really? Really? Oh, thank you so much. I knew I was being a little bratty, but if I could take private art lessons, so be it. My art tutor turned out to be a girl from my school. Her name was Layla, and she was in the 11th grade. And I didn't mind having her for my art tutor at all. She was one of the most popular girls in school and looked like a supermodel. I'd always heard about her, but I never got to talk to her before.
I'm gonna help you become one of the greatest painters. Soon you won't even need to go to school anymore.
I sure hope you're right. I didn't know you were an artist, Layla. No one ever said anything.
Nobody really knows me at all, really. I think I'm only popular because of how I look, but I don't have any real friends.
Layla and I spent an hour painting and talking, and Layla was right. She wasn't like most popular girls at all. In fact, she was a little weird. One time, I decided to paint my entire face green, just to see what it would look like. All right then, so I guess we're done for today.
Actually, I wanted to ask you something. My parents are on vacation for like 6 months, so I'm all alone in my house. Can I stay at your place? I'll help out around the house and give you triple the art lessons.
Triple the art lessons? I was gonna make sure Layla could live with us. Oh, for sure. I just gotta talk to my grandma. But my parents happen to be in the same room as Grandma, and they wouldn't have it.
Some stranger living in our home? Are you crazy?
Might as well invite a robber to live with us.
You guys are so unfair. She said she's gonna give me triple the art lessons. Grandma, tell my parents to stop being jerks.
Miriam's right. You two are heartless people, not letting a friend of Miriam's into our home, not letting her follow her dreams. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
I knew then Layla was gonna stay with us for as long as I wanted her to. But as time passed, I didn't just do art with Layla. I also talked to her for hours.
Miriam, how come your grandma's such a bully?
She's a bully to everyone, but not to me.
Don't you worry, one day she'll bully you too.
No, Grandma loves me.
You know, you're kinda naive, Miriam. Sort of like a kid.
I am not.
No, it's a good thing. I wish I was more like that.
Layla said the most confusing things, but I loved every moment I spent with her. Even at school, being with Layla was an adventure. She would do the weirdest things.
Miriam, come with us to the boys' bathroom. We're gonna tape anonymous love letters on the wall.
Are you crazy? Why?
'Cause it'll drive them crazy.
When no one was looking, Layla leaned over to me and whispered,
"Consider this your most important art, how to win over the boy you love."
But I don't like any boys.
Or maybe boys don't like you. You're too. I don't know what the word is.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. Boys just maybe aren't into you. Like I said, you're kinda young for your age.
Layla taped her anonymous love letter to the wall and left me inside the boys' bathroom. I was mad after Layla said that. I even refused to talk to her after school.
Come on, Miriam. Don't be so sensitive. I didn't mean anything by it.
You insulted me. Maybe you are just another mean, popular girl.
I'm sorry, you're right. Sometimes I say stupid things. Sometimes I think there's something wrong with me.
What do you mean? Layla didn't answer. Instead, she took me to this gorgeous hiking trail to paint. I forgot all about our conversation. Layla, do you think I can win the Easter drawing contest, become the best artist in the world, and maybe even drop out of school?
It doesn't work like that, silly. I was kidding when I said that maybe you'll never be a great painter.
You don't think I'll ever be a great painter?
I don't know, really. But did you know that you're the best student I've ever had? Maybe you won't become a famous painter, but you can win the Easter drawing contest and become famous for something else.
Why was Layla always speaking in these weird riddles? Layla helped me a lot, and in the end, with my own effort and her dedication, I won the Easter drawing contest. After the contest, I felt closer to Layla than I had ever felt to anyone before, even though she was still a mystery. Then 10 months later, Grandma started picking on Layla one day. It was totally out of the blue at dinner time.
Dear, I assume your parents are successful painters?
No, ma'am. It's just me who likes to paint. My parents are doctors. But like I said, now they're on vacation.
On vacation? For almost a year, and you haven't displayed your paintings in galleries, started a business, and made something of yourself?
Ma'am, I'm only 17.
By the time I was 17, I was already starting my own startup. Your freeloader is what you are.
Grandma!
Excuse me, but I think I'll go to my room now.
I watched Layla get up from the table as her eyes filled with tears. Why was Grandma being so cruel all of a sudden? I was used to her bullying my parents, but Layla, I could barely stand it. I jumped up to follow Layla. Layla, wait! Don't take what Grandma said to heart. I told you she can be mean sometimes.
Your grandma's right. Miriam, I have to tell you something.
What is it?
I lied before. My parents aren't on a trip. The truth is, I am homeless. After my parents died, I tried going to an orphanage. But they didn't take care of me, so I ran away. And I've been living on the streets so far. I've been able to keep it a secret at our school, but I'm worried one day they'll find out.
Oh, Layla, I had no idea. Listen, if I tell Grandma about your situation, she'll understand. She always agrees with whatever I say, no matter what. But when I told Grandma Layla's story, her face turned white with anger. She looked like a statue.
I want her out of my house. Miriam, I can't believe I ever agreed to let a filthy child criminal into my home. She leaves today, and I'm calling the police.
Grandma, you can't do that. It wasn't her fault. I want her to stay here and teach me art. She's the bestest friend I've ever had. And for the first time ever, Grandma turned her anger on me.
You don't know what you're saying, Miriam. You're just a silly child. Layla leaves my house today, like it or not.
Then something inside me burst. Grandma, I've had enough of your cruelty. You bully everyone around you, and I'm sick of it. You have no idea what Layla's gone through, and you have no idea what she means to me. Without waiting a split second, I ran back to my bedroom to find Layla. But she wasn't there. Where had she gone? All of a sudden, I saw Layla outside the window with a backpack. She was walking farther and farther away from our house. I dashed outside. Layla, where are you going? Layla just ignored me and kept walking. I ran up to her and grabbed her arm. Layla, please don't leave. You were right about Grandma. She is a bully, and I finally stood up to her. I don't care about what she wants. I care about you, Miriam.
I think you better forget about me. It's for the best.
What do you mean? I could never forget about you.
You're not my family, Miriam. I don't have any family. Nobody loves me. I'm just your art teacher. That's all I ever was.
Before I could say another word, Layla left. I tried chasing her. I never knew someone could run so fast. But after miles of sprinting, I collapsed on the ground and I burst into tears. I didn't get home until midnight. Grandma and my parents stood in the living room next to our giant, fancy fireplace. Grandma's eyes looked like they were on fire.
You spoiled, awful child. Yelling at me and then vanishing out into the night. I should have you locked up in jail.
Okay. Let's go easy.
She made a mistake. She's still your sweet Miriam, isn't she?
She was my sweet Miriam. That was before she became friends with a dirty homeless and spoke back to me. And if she keeps painting, she'll be a dirty homeless too.
I don't care what you say, Grandma. I am going to keep painting, even if I do end up poor.
Why don't you show me a few of your paintings then?
I will. I'm really good in my room. I grabbed every painting of mine I could find. Here, look at how many paintings I've done. And you know what? I'm proud of them.
Wow, honey, we didn't know you did that many.
They look beautiful.
Oh, darling. Let me see.
Then suddenly, Grandma tossed my paintings into our giant fireplace. No!
Mom, how could you?
I threw myself on the floor and cried harder than ever. My beautiful paintings were gone, and Layla was gone.
That's it. That was the last straw. We're moving out of your mansion. We're tired of your cruelty.
That's the silliest thing I've ever heard. You can't live without my fancy riches.
But the very next week, my parents and I packed up our stuff and moved into a new place. It was smaller, and it didn't have a tennis court, and I still couldn't stop thinking about Layla and where she could be. Then one day, I found a letter taped to my window. It was signed with Layla's name. Meet me at our hiking trail. I took the very next bus to our trail and tried calling Layla's name, but there was no answer. Then suddenly, who should I see but Grandma? Grandma, what on earth are you doing here?
Darling, I wrote the note taped to your window. I was afraid you wouldn't come to meet me otherwise. And I remembered this was your favorite place to come with Layla.
You mean Layla isn't here? I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to her.
Sweetie, I'll do anything to help you find her. But first, I want to apologize for being so awful to you and burning your paintings. I love you, sweetheart.
Grandma started to cry and came over to hug me.
I've been a bully your whole life to your parents and now to you. After I saw your face when I burned your paintings, I realized I wanted to change. I love you, Miriam.
I love you too, Grandma, but it's gonna take me some time to forgive you.
I understand. I don't expect you to ever forgive me, but know that I'm here, and my house is always open to you. And if you do ever find Layla again, you both can move back in with me. I'll adopt her.
Grandma left at that moment, and I stood in the middle of the hiking trail, and then suddenly, I saw Layla sitting on top of a rock. Layla! But as soon as Layla saw me, she started to run up the hiking trail. I chased her as fast as I could, but she was just running and climbing higher. Please wait up.
Go away, Miriam.
Layla, please don't run away from me. I raced up the hiking trail and tried to catch up with Layla, but she was so far ahead of me, I couldn't even see her. Suddenly, I heard a loud cry from above. I looked up to see Layla stuck between two rocks. She looked like she was ready to fall.
Please, someone help me.
Layla, I'm here! Hang on! I rushed to Layla as fast as I could and tried to pull her up, but she wouldn't budge.
My hand is slipping. Do something.
I grabbed Layla with all my might, and she was finally free. Layla and I fell on top of each other and started laughing, but suddenly, Layla looked at me.
Miriam, you're all scratched up.
It's fine, Layla. I don't care. What matters to me is that you're okay. I couldn't live without you.
Really? I mean that much to you?
Yes! You're the most amazing friend and teacher I've ever had. I used to be so bratty and babyish. I had my grandma to run my whole life, but you've changed me. Even though we're not related by blood, you are my family.
Do you really mean that?
Yes, Layla, I talked to my grandma. She apologized for everything. And she said if I ever found you, she'd adopt you.
Oh, Miriam, that's the best news I've ever heard. We'll paint up here every day. I'll teach you everything.
We will. Even if we're never famous, I'll always keep painting with you. I love you, Layla.
I love you too.